You are stronger than you think. Stronger than the voice inside that tells you you're not enough. Stronger than the memories that try to pull you back. Stronger than the habits that once held you hostage. Every day you choose healing over hiding, growth over comfort, and truth over distraction. You prove that you are not ruled by your past. You are guided by your purpose, and that purpose is unfolding with every breath you take. There will be moments when it feels like nothing is changing, when you look at your life and wonder if all this inner work is making any difference at all. But transformation doesn't always announce itself with fireworks. It arrives quietly, in the way you pause before reacting, in the way you speak to yourself now, in the way you set a boundary instead of staying silent. These may seem small, but they are seismic shifts. They are proof that you are no longer living on autopilot. You are awake, you are aware, and you are choosing differently. And that choice, the simple, powerful act of choosing yourself, is what changes everything. Because when you begin to believe that your well-being matters, that your peace matters, that your happiness matters, you start making decisions from a place of self-respect rather than survival. You stop accepting less than you deserve. You stop justifying pain. You stop waiting for permission to feel good. And in that shift, you begin to reclaim your power. You were never meant to live in constant struggle. You were never meant to carry the weight of other people's expectations. You were never meant to silence your needs so others could shine. That version of you got you through hard times, and you can thank it for that. But now, you get to evolve. You get to become someone who knows their worth without needing proof. Someone who walks through life with quiet confidence, knowing that they are whole exactly as they are, even while they grow. Growth is not about fixing yourself. It's about remembering who you truly are beneath all the layers. Beneath the conditioning, beneath the fear, beneath the stories you've been told. There is a part of you that has never needed approval, that has never doubted its right to exist, that has always known how to heal. And as you continue walking this path, that part of you becomes louder, clearer, more present, and slowly, it begins to guide you. You don't need to rush this journey. Healing is not a race, it's a return to yourself, a return to peace, a return to joy that isn't dependent on perfect circumstances. And every time you come back to that truth, that you are worthy of love, healing, and freedom, you create space for something new to rise within you, something grounded, something real, something unshakable. Let yourself feel that strength. Let yourself trust that you are exactly where you need to be, not because everything is figured out, but because you are learning, growing, and becoming. And that is more than enough. In fact, it is everything. Because the moment you stop trying to force change and start allowing it, that's when everything begins to shift. You are not alone in this. You are not broken. You are not failing. You are transforming. You are awakening. You are returning home to yourself. And every single step you take, even the uncertain ones, is leading you closer to the life you deserve. A life where you no longer run from your emotions, where you no longer shrink to make others comfortable, where you no longer trade your peace for temporary relief. This is your time, your moment, your journey. And there is nothing more powerful than a person who finally decides to live for themselves. So keep going, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard, because the most powerful changes happen in the struggle. Because the strongest versions of ourselves are born in the fire. Because the life you want is always just one more step away. You are capable. You are worthy. You are enough. And with each passing day, in every choice you make, you are changing your life. You are not the same person you were yesterday. You are not even the same person you were a moment ago. Every breath you take, every thought you choose, every decision you make, they shape who you become. And right now, in this very instant, you are becoming someone new. Someone stronger. Someone wiser. Someone more aware of their own power than ever before. Because you have made the most important choice there is, to keep going, to keep growing, to keep healing. And that choice, it changes everything. Because healing isn't just about fixing what's broken. It's about remembering who you truly are, beneath the layers of fear, doubt, and conditioning. Beneath the pain of past wounds, and the weight of old stories. There is a version of you that has always known how to be free. That has always known how to feel peace. That has always known how to love without limits. And as you continue walking this path, that version becomes clearer, louder, more real. You don't need to wait for some magical moment when everything suddenly makes sense. The truth is, it's already unfolding, piece by piece, breath by breath, choice by choice. And sometimes, it may feel like nothing is changing, but trust that something deep inside is shifting, something quiet, something powerful, something that cannot be undone once it begins. There will be days when fear tries to pull you back, when old patterns rise up and whisper lies like this won't last, or you've tried this before, or maybe you're not meant for change. But those voices do not know your strength. They do not see the fire inside you. They do not understand that every time you fall and get back up again, you prove that failure is not final. It is simply part of the journey. So let yourself stumble. Let yourself feel lost. Let yourself question. But never stop moving forward. Because growth is not about perfection. It's about persistence. It's about showing up, even when you don't feel ready. Even when the road ahead feels uncertain. Even when the only thing you can say with certainty is, I don't know where I'm going, but I know I'm going somewhere better. And that belief, that simple, unwavering belief, is enough to carry you through. You are learning to trust yourself again. To listen to your needs instead of ignoring them. To honor your boundaries instead of pushing past them. To speak kindly to yourself instead of criticizing. These may seem like small things, but they are the foundation of a life built on self-respect, inner peace, and unshakable confidence. And with each passing day, that foundation grows stronger. You are no longer living by other people's rules. No longer shrinking to fit into spaces that were never meant for you. No longer silencing your voice to make others comfortable. You are choosing authenticity over approval, truth over pretense, freedom over fear. And in doing so, you are stepping into the fullness of who you were always meant to be. There will still be moments when doubt creeps in. When you wonder if you're good enough, strong enough, brave enough. But here's the truth. You don't need to be perfect to do this. You just need to be present. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to keep asking the questions. You don't need to be fearless. You just need to move forward anyway. Because real courage is not the absence of fear. It is action in the face of fear. It is choosing to believe in yourself even when everything feels uncertain. It is taking one more step even when your legs are shaking. And every time you do that, you prove something powerful. You are capable. You are worthy. You are unstoppable. You are not alone in this. Millions of people are walking similar paths. Some ahead. Some just beginning. All connected by the shared human experience of longing for peace, meaning, and freedom. And though you may not see them, they are there, supporting you in spirit, rooting for you in silence. Because deep down, we all want the same thing. To feel safe, to feel seen, to feel loved, especially by ourselves. So take another breath. Give yourself permission to be exactly where you are, and remind yourself, out loud if you can, I am doing my best. And my best is enough, because it is, right now, exactly as you are enough. And with each passing day you are becoming more of who you were meant to be. Not perfect, but whole, not flawless, but free. Keep going. You're already changing your life. You are not here by accident. You are here because something inside you has been calling for change, for healing, for growth. And even if you can't see the full picture yet, trust that every step you've taken, even the uncertain ones, have led you exactly where you need to be. Because deep down, you know this is only the beginning, that there is more waiting for you beyond fear, beyond doubt, beyond the stories you once believed about who you were and what you could become. There will be moments when it feels like nothing is moving forward. When you look at your life and wonder if all this effort is making any real difference. But transformation doesn't always arrive with fireworks. It arrives in silence, in stillness, in the small choices that slowly reshape your world. The moment you pause instead of reacting. The moment you speak kindly instead of criticizing. The moment you say no instead of giving in. These are the quiet victories, the ones no one else sees, the ones that mean everything. And they add up. They build resilience. They build self-trust. They build a life that feels meaningful, grounded, and true. Because healing isn't about erasing the past. It's about making peace with it. About understanding that everything you went through shaped you, but it does not define you. You are not your trauma. You are not your failures. You are not your mistakes. You are a living, breathing testament to resilience, to growth, to possibility. And every single day, you are proving that change is real, that transformation is possible, that you are becoming someone new. You are learning to live differently. Not from a place of survival, but from a place of awareness, of choice, of presence. And that shift, that simple, powerful shift, changes everything. Because now you understand that happiness isn't something you chase. Peace isn't something you wait for. Freedom isn't something you earn. They are things you choose, moment by moment, day by day. Even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. Because the most powerful changes happen in the struggle. Because the strongest versions of ourselves are born in the fire. Because the life you want is always just one more step away. And you keep taking those steps. Even when your legs shake. Even when your heart races. Even when the path ahead feels uncertain. You keep going. And in doing so, you prove something incredible. You are capable. You are worthy. You are unstoppable. You don't need to be perfect to do this. You just need to be present. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to keep asking the questions. You don't need to be fearless. You just need to move forward anyway. Because real strength comes from continuing, not from never falling. Real courage is found in getting back up, not in never doubting. Real transformation happens in the quiet, consistent choices you make, even when no one else sees them. And every single one of those choices adds up. You are not alone in this. Millions of people are walking similar paths, some ahead, some just beginning, all connected by the shared human experience of longing for peace, meaning, and freedom. And though you may not see them, they are there, supporting you in spirit, rooting for you in silence. Because deep down we all want the same thing, to feel safe, to feel seen, to feel loved, especially by ourselves. So take another breath. Give yourself permission to be exactly where you are. And remind yourself, out loud if you can, I am doing my best. And my best is enough, because it is, right now. Exactly as you are. You are enough. Not because of what you've done or what you'll achieve, but simply because you exist, because you feel, because you try, because you keep going, even when it hurts. That alone makes you extraordinary. And as you walk forward from this moment, carry these words with you. You are not alone. You are not broken. You are becoming. And every day, in every choice you make, you are changing your life. You are not broken. You never were. You have only ever been a human being navigating life the best way you knew how. And now, with more awareness, more understanding, and more compassion than before, you are learning to live differently. Not because you were wrong before, but because you now know better. And knowing better means doing better. It means choosing yourself more often. It means listening to your heart instead of silencing it. It means stepping into the truth of who you are, even if that truth feels unfamiliar. There will be moments when fear tries to pull you back, when old habits whisper that maybe this change won't last, that maybe comfort is safer than growth. But remember, discomfort is not the enemy. It is the sign that you are stretching beyond what's familiar, that you are building new pathways in your mind, in your heart, in your soul. And every time you choose presence over distraction, peace over struggle, and love over fear, you become unshakable. You are no longer running from your emotions. You are no longer numbing your pain. You are no longer ignoring the quiet voice inside that says, I deserve more. That voice has always been there, waiting for you to listen, waiting for you to believe in yourself as much as it believes in you. And now, finally, you are hearing it. Not because you suddenly have all the answers, but because you have decided that your healing matters, that your happiness matters, that your freedom matters. And nothing can stop you once you truly believe that. Let yourself feel proud of how far you've come. Not because you've reached some final destination, but because you kept showing up. Even on days when getting out of bed felt like a battle. Even on days when your mind told you lies like you're not good enough or this won't work for you. You still listened to that quiet voice inside that said, keep going. And you did. That is strength. Real strength. The kind that doesn't shout. The kind that simply keeps moving forward. And now, as you continue walking this path, remember that healing is not about erasing the past. It's about making peace with it. About understanding that everything you went through shaped you, but it does not define you. You are not your trauma. You are not your mistakes. You are not your failures. You are a living, breathing testament to resilience, to growth, to possibility. And every single day, you are proving that change is real, that transformation is possible, that you are becoming someone new. There will still be hard days. Days when the pain feels fresh. Days when fear creeps in. Days when you wonder if it's all worth it. But here's the truth. Those days don't erase your progress. They test it. They challenge you to stay grounded in what you've learned, to return to your center, to remind yourself why you started this journey in the first place. And when you do that, when you choose yourself again, you prove that nothing can stop you. Not really. Not for long. Because the most powerful force in your life is not your past. It's not your fears. It's not the doubts that try to hold you back. It's your own will to grow, to heal, to live fully, even when it's hard. And that will never leave you. As long as you keep choosing forward motion, you are winning. As long as you keep believing in your ability to change, you are growing. As long as you keep speaking love to yourself instead of hate, you are healing. You are not just surviving anymore. You are awakening. You are transforming. You are becoming. And every single step you take, even the uncertain ones, is shaping the life you deserve. A life where you no longer run from yourself, where you no longer numb your pain, where you no longer shrink to make others comfortable. This is your time, your moment, your journey. And there is nothing more powerful than a person who finally decides to live for themselves. So breathe deeply, stand tall, and know this: you are changing your life every single day. Just by being here, just by trying, just by refusing to give up. And that is everything. You are doing something incredible simply by being here. You are choosing to show up for yourself, even when it's hard, even when the weight of everything feels heavy. Even when your mind tries to convince you that this won't work, that you've tried before and failed, that maybe this kind of change isn't meant for someone like you. But that voice, it doesn't know the strength that lives inside you. It doesn't see the courage it takes just to keep going. And every time you choose to believe in a better version of yourself, you prove that growth is not only possible, it's already happening. There will be moments when you feel like you're going backward, when old patterns rise up and try to pull you back into familiar pain, when fear whispers that maybe this life you're trying to build is too good for someone like you. But healing isn't about perfection, it's about progress. It's about showing up again and again, even when you don't feel like it, even when you stumble, even when you doubt. Because every time you do, every time you choose awareness over autopilot, you shift the energy of your entire life. You were never meant to live small, to shrink your dreams, to silence your voice, to apologize for taking up space. Somewhere along the way, you may have learned to do those things to survive. But now you know better. And knowing better means doing better. It means standing taller, speaking truer, living deeper, and letting go of anything that keeps you from being fully, unapologetically yourself. Let yourself want more. Not because what you have isn't enough, but because you deserve to grow beyond survival, beyond settling, beyond pretending everything is fine when something deep inside knows it could be better. That longing you feel, it's not a mistake, it's not weakness. It's your soul reminding you that you were made for more than just getting by. You were made to thrive, to lead with love, to walk through life with purpose and clarity and strength. And the best part is, you don't have to do it all at once. You don't have to figure everything out today. You just have to take the next step. Even if it feels uncertain, even if it scares you, even if you stumble, because movement creates momentum. Momentum builds confidence, and confidence fuels transformation. So trust that each small choice you make, to pause instead of react, to breathe instead of panic, to speak kindly instead of criticize, is shaping the person you are becoming. You are not alone in this journey. There are others walking beside you, even if you can't see them. People who have felt the same doubts, faced the same fears, and chosen to keep going anyway. They didn't wait for perfect timing or perfect conditions. They simply decided that their lives mattered enough to fight for, and so do you. So every time you choose self-love over self-sabotage, presence over distraction, honesty over hiding, you join a powerful group of people who refuse to settle for less than they deserve. There will still be days when it feels like you're going backward, days when progress seems invisible, days when you wonder if anything you're doing is making a difference. But here's the truth. Healing doesn't always come with fireworks. Sometimes it comes with silence, with stillness, with moments where you realize you didn't react the way you used to, where you notice you gave yourself grace instead of punishment, where you catch yourself smiling without forcing it. Those are the real victories, the ones